In previous Middle East conflicts, Indians have consistently expressed firm support for Israel. The current Israel-Iran conflict is no exception. Faced with its strategic partner Iran, which leased a port to India, India chose to abandon it without hesitation. Even China and Pakistan firmly condemned Israel's invasion, but India refused to condemn Israel. Moreover, many Indians work for Mossad as spies and have been captured by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. So, have the Indians' friendly efforts been rewarded? Of course. After the India-Pakistan air conflict broke out, Israel was the only country globally to fully support India, but only through diplomatic rhetoric. Compared to China and Turkey, which openly supplied weapons to Pakistan, Israel's verbal support was clearly worthless. True friends provide help in times of need, while false friends disappear after the banquet ends. In fact, Israelis do not buy into India's inexplicable support. Consider this video. An Indian knelt to show respect at a Jewish religious ceremony, but was kicked in the backside by participants. Yes, Indians lack a sense of boundaries. If I were a Jew present, I would kick him too. For someone who does not follow Judaism to recklessly disrupt another's religious ceremony is extremely rude. I believe that if no one had recorded it, this Indian might have been beaten up. Yes, India is a country with a severe lack of boundaries. It feels good about itself, believing it is the world's leading democratic power, entitled to call countries like the US and Israel brothers and be welcomed by Western nations. However, the reality is that people in these countries deeply despise India. Even shaking hands with an Indian makes them worry about whether the hand is clean. This is because Indians have a toilet habit that baffles the world, and everyone fears shaking the wrong hand. Of course, this is a stereotype, but it is how Westerners view India. Jews suffered greatly during World War II, so Israel adopted an iron fist policy after its founding. Israel is a country that admires strength. They respect enemies who fight bravely against them on the battlefield, but deeply despise countries like India, which betray friends, lack credibility, and have no sense of shame. India's performance in conflicts with China and Pakistan is laughable, a modern version of Italy during World War II. Jews inwardly look down on such weak nations. For Mossad, if Indians can betray Iranians for money, they would also betray Israel for money. Thus, India's foolish actions not only fail to strengthen ties with Israel, but also reveal their shamelessness to Jews, making them more wary. In the future, Israel will scrutinize Indian foreign workers, even those doing manual labor, with extra care. This is because they might act as foreign spies for a small sum of money. Indians should think carefully. What common ground do you share with Israel? Israel's per capita GDP exceeds $50,000, making it a developed country, while India is a backward nation poorer than many African countries, with half of the world's extreme poor. Although Israel is a bully, its combat record is impressive, with more victories than defeats. India, however, collapses almost immediately when facing any decent enemy. Israel follows Judaism, a highly uniform nation, while India has dozens of languages and a multitude of religions. Many people even refuse to recognize India as their homeland and seek independence. Israel is the US's favored ally, a major player in the Middle East, and the US can deploy several carrier strike groups to protect it. But India? After its air conflict with Pakistan, the US would not even offer verbal support. Instead, it invited Pakistan's marshal to the White House, and Trump slipped away from a G7 meeting early for a private lunch with him. In American eyes, India is not even a guard dog. The international reputation of American weapons largely comes from Israel's performance. But India? Russian and French fighter jets either crash frequently or are repeatedly shot down in air combat, making Western countries hesitant to sell weapons to India in the future. I want to ask, Indians, what makes you think you can be friends with Israel? Give me a lesson and tell me. What do you have in common with Israel?